Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. Happy Tuesday to all of you. I hope you guys are hanging on in there. Happy Tuesday to all of you. We are literally in October. I don't know. I mean, it's right. It's 6 days in, and Sheldon just woke up. But we are in October. So the way in which I'm thinking of things, September is always my favorite month. It's my birthday month. And that was for me always the beginning of the new year. We are in the last quarter of the year. So we have a lot of planning to do for 2021. I know that this year was wild. It was insane. Now I'm fast forward thinking. I'm thinking about 2021. I'm thinking about the goals and objectives that I have for myself and what it is that this will all be. And I want you guys to kind of adjust your mindset to that space. I know that things are crazier than they typically would be. The world seems to be a little unhinged, and so much seems to be going on. And I know that that is a difficult thing to digest, especially personally, needless to say, professionally. So I want you guys all to know that there is an opportunity in this for us to look at what it is that we're currently doing and then look where we want to go and where we need to be. And so very seldom, I should say, we're given an opportunity or permission to regroup or time to look at where it is that you are and look at what it is that you're doing. I know that, I encouraged everyone going into fall, going into September, that's what we were going to do. We were going to look, this was a new year. We often have to really, good morning, Linda, how are you? We often have to take a look at what we've been doing to see how we're going to move that forward and what that's going to look like. And I want for all of you to do that today. It's an opportunity for us to regroup this week. We are in October. Whew, if you can believe that. Good morning, Lisa. We are in October, and we are in October in a real way. It is the first full week of October. September gave us an opportunity for us to look at what was ahead of us, for us to plan. This is the time to reevaluate what we did in September in hopes of finishing off the year in a strong way. I'm aware that there are so many outside factors that come into play, things in which you can control, things in which you cannot control. I want us to be able to regroup now in an aggressive way to look at the last quarter of the year, if you can imagine. Some of us are hoping for the end of 2020 more than others, but truthfully, it's the last 3 months out of the year, October, November, December. What are we going to do? How can we regroup in this time to look at what it is that we've accomplished, to look at how we want to end the year? Oftentimes it's, how we end versus, how we begin, and, how we end the race versus how we start the race. And that's what I really want us to focus on in regrouping today. Lisa, Linda, all the folks that are out there watching, how are you looking to refocus on what it is that you've got going on? How are we doing that? How are we looking? Good morning, Dana. How are you? How are we looking to regroup? How are you looking to take a look at this October, November, December, the end of 2020? You should all be excited. How are we looking to regroup in that way? How are we looking to charge forward and say, how do I end this year better than the year began? And I know that we have trials and tribulations and challenges ahead of us. We have so many things in which we can't even begin to manage or even wrap our minds around, but we need to stay focused on what it is that's going on. We need to stay focused on what it is that we've got going on. And we need to say, okay, what is the plan? We need to regroup everything that we are doing, all the things that we launched or relaunched in September. What does that look like? What are our outcomes, right? And the way in which I think that, I love my analogies, but one of the really key ones I think that would work for this is to reminisce about your journey. How many of you have been on a trip that was so good or so bad, right? You sit and you reminisce, you look at the photos in your phone, you are able to document, oh my gosh, we went to that horrible dinner, we stopped and we went to that rest stop, that was scary, or it was so amazing. Remember, the baby laughed for the first time, walked for the first time, it was so great to see Auntie, right? We reminisce about the journey. That's what I want you guys to do within the regroup. I want you to reminisce about the journey. I want you, as if you were pulling photos from an album. Remember this, remember that. Ooh, that was ugly. That was great. What does that all look like? Remember all of those things, because this will give you an opportunity to regroup all of those things the way that you need to, the way that you want to, in order to get closer to what it is that you want. This is the final quarter of the year. Thank goodness. Right? October, November, December. This isn't to give you pressure. This isn't to stress you out. This is for you to say, oh my goodness, I want to end this year stronger than I began it. And I want to look at this journey. I want to reminisce all of the things, the good, the bad, the ugly that went along with it, and say, okay, how can I harness that into amazing things for the end of this year? How can I really, really create an amazing opportunity for me to go into 2021 in a really solid way? What does that look like? What does that feel like? What do I need to do to regroup? And I think that oftentimes we do the same thing over and over again without evaluating where we've been or what September looked like, right? And I want us to get into a practice of evaluating those months past, evaluating what we did. We said, yes, the fall's starting. Oh my goodness, pumpkin spice. We're going to do all of these things. But now it's an opportunity for us to evaluate what September looked like in hopes of regrouping for October, November, and December. And just really being transparent with yourself about the things in which worked and the things in which didn't work. I missed a lot of benchmarks for myself in September. Built a lot of things, but missed a lot of things, right? Got a lot of stuff done, but still missed a lot of benchmarks that I set up for myself. So that's the evaluating the journey, the amazing places in which I visited and some things in which I missed out on. For the next time that I go on that vacation, the next time that I participate in whatever it is that is, the next time I do that, I'm not going to miss those opportunities. I'm going to go check out that museum. I'm going to go check out and visit that friend. That's the analogy that I'm working with right now. It's okay, evaluating your past journey, what September looked like, what it felt like, the money that you made, the money that you didn't make, the relationships that you built, the things in which you missed out on. And look forward to regrouping for September, October, November. I'm sorry, for October, November, December. For October, November, December, the last quarter out of the year. What does that look like for you, your business, your side hustle, your family, your friends, personally, professionally? What does that look like for all of you? And the regroup is so necessary in it, because if we're not regrouping in it, if we're not focused on what that looks like, if we're not, engaging in the way that's going to get us closer to what it is that we want, we find ourselves not focused on where it is that we need to be based on where it is that we were, right? So I want you to take a look at September. I challenge you to review September in hopes of October being better, in hopes of November being better, in hopes of December being better, and 2020 definitely being better, 2021 definitely being better. So we need to regroup today. And I know that Sheldon, listen, I'm in a groove. I don't want to make myself crazy in figuring it out, but I find it hard to move forward if we don't know where we've been. So reevaluating what you've done thus far, and hopefully with the hopes of regrouping, and either say, yes, I'm steadfast, I'm moving forward in this direction, all the things in which I've done, all the people in which I've met, all the opportunities in which I'm taking advantage of, I will continue to do so. Or it's, I see some broken links in this chain that I must fix for October, November, and December. And this is the time to regroup for that. It's the first full week in October, and it's giving us an opportunity, good morning, Carol, for us to do that. It's giving us an opportunity to take a look at where it is that we are. Okay, this is the last quarter of 2020, thank goodness. What am I going to do with this energy? What am I going to do with this time? What am I going to do with those last 3 months? How am I going to make them count? And charge into 2021 with no regrets and nothing but enthusiasm and direction and intention for not only my business, but personally and professionally, screaming my dream. What am I going to do? How am I going to look at what it is that I've built? What it is, the steps that I've taken in September, right? The steps that, that again is the new year for me. The steps that we take in order to feel good, to be able to address what it is that we've got going on. The steps that are going to help us in making that make sense. What are we doing? What did we do in September? And now what are we doing? October, November, December, the last 3 months of the year of 2020. What are we going to do in order to take ourselves to the next level? Right? The evaluation is part of the regroup. The reminiscing of the journey is part of it. reevaluating what it is that you're doing. Pivot, absolutely. I have so much energy charging me, into the new year. Yes, Carol. And being able to share this, and I know a lot of you have folks out there that are feeling as if they're in the valley, right? So if they need a little bit of morning message, please share this with them. Please make sure that they know that they can wake up with me or at least start their day with me each and every morning at 11 o'clock Eastern. I want to make sure that people are charging forward like Carol is. There are so many outside factors in which we cannot control, but us wrapping our mind around where we've been, regrouping so we have a better understanding as to where we're going is going to be fundamental in getting ourselves to where we want to be. The regroup is what it's about this morning. It's about taking a look at things. It's about looking at what it is that you have in front of you, what it is that you were able to accomplish, what it is that you need to do. I find myself charging forward often, regrouping seldom, right? Reviewing never, right? I'm one of those people that likes to let bygones be bygones. I'm going to leave it alone. I messed up. I never want to look at it again. I never want to relive it again, right? So I never can evaluate what I did wrong and the depths of what I did wrong because I just want it to go away. I just want to be done with it. I don't want to look at it anymore. I don't want to address it anymore. I just want it to go away. But I can't fully regroup, right? There's no regrouping. There's just going forward if I'm not addressing, if I'm not looking, if I'm not evaluating where I've been. I'm just going to continue to make the same mistakes. I'm going to continue to do the same things. I'm going to continue to work with the same people. I'm going to continue to just be okay. And just being okay is no longer okay. So I need to regroup in a way that is intentional. I need to regroup in a way that creates an environment for me personally and professionally that affords me the ability to reach my goals for October, November, and December. Because I am ending 2020 in a significant way. And I'm doing it with enthusiasm, poise, and intention. And in order to do that, I've got to regroup. I've got to look at what September built, and I've got to move forward in that way. So I need you, the first week in October, I need you to evaluate what September looked like for you guys. What did it look like? Were you in a rhythm? Were you not? Were you still trying to figure it out? Back to school, virtual teaching with those of you mommies that are out there that are still trying to figure that out. Is your social media plan in order? Were all those things in play? And this is the time for you to regroup so you can go into September, October, I keep saying that. October, November, December, the last quarter of the year on fire. We are in it, right? We are in October. We are in November, in December. We are ending 2020. So how are you going to do that? What's that going to look like and feel like for all of you? Is it going to be the same as the beginning of 2020, the middle that was a wreck? Or are you going to go in with the proper insight and enthusiasm and what that looks and feels like? Is that what it's going to be? And I say yes. I say we are going to regroup so we live in the energy that 2021 can be. We live in that space. We demand that space. And we're prepared because we are regrouping right now today. It is the first week of our full week of October. It is our opportunity to look back on September and say, okay, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? I can raise my hand and say, whoo, I missed a lot of benchmarks that I made for myself. I was extremely aggressive in my goals and objectives. I fell short on a lot of different things, but I won a number of things too. So I'm going to evaluate all of those things. I'm going to make sure that I'm stronger for October, November, and December. I'm going to make sure that my goals that I make for 2021, that's where we should be, right? We should be in functioning October, November, December, but planning what our goals are going to be for 2021 and what that looks like for the first quarter of a new year. But we have to do that in thinking and understanding and knowing with reality as where it is that we came from. We're reviewing the trip. We're taking the pictures, scrolling the phone to be like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I shouldn't have, been in that space. Or better yet, I killed it in September. How do I level up in October, November, December? How do I take it to the next level in October, November, December? Or how do I come out of the dark October, November, December? The last quarter of 2020, people, we are almost rid of this wretched year, right? This year that has stressed us out, that has made us question all things. This year that we are safe and healthy. This year that we have survived. It is the last quarter of this year, October, November, December. How are we regrouping to ensure that 2021 is ready for us? How are we regrouping to ensure that we are reaching our goals and objectives? How are we regrouping to ensure that we are prepared? The first thing to do is to regroup. It is for us to take a look at where we have been. What was September like? What goals did we meet? What goals did we fall short on? How is that working for us? How is it not working for us? How can we begin to look at it in an objective way so October, November, and December, the last quarter of 2020, works in our favor and we are prepared, fully prepared for 2021? And I know it's overwhelming. I know it's hard. So that's what we're going to focus on the first week of every month. We're going to focus on that regroup. Fact that it's a regroup week. I'm going to be there to hold you accountable for this regroup, because I can comfortably say that I missed a lot of benchmarks in September. I missed a lot of things and goals and objectives. I fell short on a number of different things. But I am coming out fighting for October, November, December. The last quarter will be the best quarter for me. And I'm going to ensure it because I'm regrouping now. So do you need to regroup? Do you need to relook at what you did in September in hopes for October, November, December to be better? In hopes for you to be prepared for 2021? Or are we just going to do the same old and hope and pray that things are going to work out? Are we going to claw ourselves out of the valley and be prepared for the hills? I'm excited to be able to regroup today. And I've given it a lot of myself the time in order to make that happen. I've ensured that I've balanced where it is. I mean, you should see them right here. The today list for today and the stacks that I have in front of me to comb through to ensure that I'm prepared to make use of this month, the next month, and December. So 2021 is my best year yet. I want you to regroup. Take a look at what you did in September and prepare for October. Ensure that you're in a proper place in November, followed by December. And so 2021 will be a miraculous year. I know you can do it. I'm Sheldon Bartlett-Rumer, making sure that you find your voice, that you no longer whisper your wishes, but you in fact scream your dream. I want you to tell your story, meet with experts, not only be inspired, but stay motivated. This Is It Network connects remarkable women to inspiring stories, and we do that each and every day through our growing community, our engaging content, and our real connections. Well, I want you to follow, fan, and like us everywhere you find at This Is It TV, and log on to thisisItTV.com for more information. I'm Sheldon Bartlett-Rumer, and this is it. I will see you again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Take care. Bye-bye.